and welcome back to my channel. So for today's cooking video, I am going to be making filet mignon foil wraps, and basically what I'm going to be doing is just showing you step by step on the recipe that I got from Pinterest. And I'm not going to be following it exactly the same, but you can just follow along with what I'm doing. And we're going to get right into marinating the steak now. And yeah. Okay, so what we're going to start off with is we're going to be taking the filet mignon, and I got 0.78 pounds, so not even a pound of filet mignon. And I'm going to set that aside for a second, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding, you can use soy sauce, but this is coconut aminos teriyaki sauce, and I'm just going to be pouring about a quarter of a cup in there, probably even less. Yeah, I'd say a quarter of a cup. And then of lemon juice, your favorite hot sauce. I'm using the Louisiana hot sauce, and you're not going to put a ton in there, maybe just a teaspoon. And then you're going to put in a minced garlic. We like a lot of garlic. And we are just going to stir that all into this bowl. And it's just going to kind of look like a brown glaze almost. We take our steak now, and I'm going to open this up. So instead of using these as the whole steak, we're going to cut these into strips, and the strips are going to be pretty thin, and they're just going to they're going to be pretty thin, and you're going to cut them as so, and your preference can be whatever you'd like. I'm going to cut it in half, but then I'm going to cut that half in half so that they're pretty thin. So yeah, like, we're gonna get more out of the steak, I guess. This is all cut up. We're going to transfer it over to our marinade, and we're just transferring all of that steak over, and we're just going to massage it in. Just get it all nice and coated. Now that we have this all marinated, this is what it's going to look like. And I just spilled some of that on the table, so that's good. And now I'm just going to be adding some spices. Some paprika. I'm putting in parsley. And I'm adding a really good amount of parsley because that's what the original recipe goes for. I'm putting in some onion powder, garlic powder, and then some garlic salt. And we're just gonna stir that all of this portion of it done. This is what it's looking like. It looks delicious, and we're gonna cover that and set that aside in the refrigerator. Okay, now that that is marinating, we're going to go on with our potatoes. So this is going to be potatoes and filet mignon. So we're just going to crack open our bag of red skin potatoes, and I'm going to take out about 4 to 5 of the smaller potatoes. So this is 6, which is totally fine. And I'm just going to wash them off really quick. Okay, so now that we have them washed off, we are going to put these in a marinade too, and we're just going to chop these up into like parts of 4, and then we're going to cut those in half, and then we're going to cut those in half. So you want to have pieces of potato about this size. Oops. And then we're just going to throw these in the bowl. Okay, so now all of our potatoes are diced up the way I'd like it, and now I'm just going to add the spices, and pretty much you don't have to marinate your potatoes necessarily, and that's not really what I'm doing. I just like getting all my stuff prepared so that whenever it is time to make my dinner, it's like easier for me. So I'm going to sprinkle a tablespoon, a little bit more than a tablespoon of paprika all over the potatoes, garlic salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and I'm going to also put in about a tablespoon of minced garlic, and I'm just going to stir that all around so that everything can be coated on the potatoes. And this is what the potatoes look like. They look really, really good and nicely coated. And I'm just gonna take the diced sweet onions, and I'm gonna put like a good amount in there just because Malik and I really, really like onions. So I'm just going to put that all around in there. Rapeseed oil, and I'm just going to drizzle a teeny bit of that on top and just stir that all around. This makes the seasoning stick more to the potatoes and the onions, so that's why I like to do that. Mixing everything should look just really nice and colorful. You'll see the onions and everything in there and how everything is sticking together really nice. And I'm just going to do the same thing, cover this up and put it in the fridge, and then once we're ready to put everything in the bake, I will be back. Okay guys, so now I'm back and I'm going to start. So I got a piece of aluminum foil that's pretty large, and I'm going to just lay this down flat. And while I had this out, I have the oven preheating to 430 degrees. So now I'm going to get the steak and I'm going to get the potatoes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this kind of a bowl. That way nothing runs out. Tablespoons of butter, and I'm just going to put that right inside, just right there. And I'm not going to melt it or anything because it'll melt as soon as I put it in the oven. And so I'm just going to put the butter in there, and I'm going to put the potatoes in the one side. So we're just going to put those potatoes in with the onions, steak, and we're going to put this all on the other side, just like that. Okay, so I just transferred this onto a pan, and so this is all nice and tight together. Nothing's gonna pour out, and we are just going to put our pan, without burning ourselves, into the bottom of our oven, and we're gonna come back in 20 minutes. It has been 20 minutes. We're just gonna take this out and see how everything's cooking and if we need to stir anything around. So let's get it out. Found out that it was actually the pan like losing its, look at this. So this is what we have so far. It looks absolutely delicious. I am so excited to eat this. We just have to pretty much now wait on the potatoes, but the meat, yeah, it's not exactly done yet. So we are just going to cover this up again and just stir the potatoes around a little bit, just so all of them can be in the juice. I'm gonna put this in for another 15 minutes and I'll be back. Now I have the potatoes that are ready, and if you can come in here a little closer, what I did was when the steak was done, I took the steak out and let it rest, and then I just put the potatoes more laid out, and so now they are all nice and tender, and I'm gonna transfer everything on to a plate. It is like perfectly done. It looks so good, and we're just going to pretty much, I have this section out, and then I'm just gonna let this there, and we're gonna bring this out to the table, and that's how we're gonna eat. We're just gonna share the potatoes and then have this plate for the steak. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll let you guys know how it tasted. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on what you wanna see next, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.